Alright guys, we are here for both of our first track day. These are the bikes loaded up and we are out. What's up guys? Welcome to the Ice to Closer channel. This is part 1 of the track day video. As you can see, it was about an hour and a half or so ride to this track day. This is just us at a gas station. Big shout out to Mike for taking my bike along with his. This was both of our first track day. Yamaha threw on this R World event for people to get some exposure to their new bike, including the R7, which will be featured in the part 2 of this video, and also for people new to the track to get some exposure at low cost. It only cost me $35 and all I had to do was have a jacket, some normal pants, and some boots. I didn't have to have a full tracksuit. So that's how I was able to get into this for $35. As you can see here, this is just some of the riders that I got to know, including Mike, on the track. And a beautiful thing about this event is I was actually supposed to start at 11 a.m. Mike started at 7 a.m. But, you know, he was my ride. I was actually going to ride to the track an hour and a half on my bike, too. I am so grateful that I did not do that. That would have been a mistake. This is Killer Cam's bike. Killer Cam and his crew were there, collabing with Yamaha, so that was dope. This bike you see here in white is actually one of my dream bikes. It's an RC30. By Honda. It was discontinued and it is the predecessor to the VFR 800 that I actually own. I just really enjoyed being in the track environment. This video you see right here, I will be the second bike, the person with the white helmet on. The person in the white bike in front of me is a control rider, which is riders who are professional riders, I believe, at a track who lead groups. For the more experienced groups that they lead, I think they only lead for a lap just to get people acclimated and then they move off. But because we were all very new and we didn't all have full gear, if you guys noticed, that's my normal gear that you saw me on just now. They didn't want us passing or anything like that, so it was a lot more controlled in my group, and there were 2 other groups. However, the control rider I was behind said the pace that we were going particularly could have been held at a more advanced group, like a novice group or something like that. Now, if you notice, this video is a lot slower than the last 2 you just saw, and the 2 that you'll see after this, which is just a repeat. That's because we are behind these 2 people in the yellow jerseys, and essentially we were about to lap them, but again, because I was on a new track day experience, we were not allowed to pass, so that is why we were going so slow. But this is how fast we were going when it was just me, the control rider, and the people behind my group. The first 2 people behind me were also pretty experienced, but everyone after that, I believe, kind of fell off a little bit. But I really got to push my limits, and I really enjoyed it. I thought leaning the bike meant you were really good at something, and then I learned that the best riders actually try to lean their motorcycle as least as possible, and that's why riders get off of their bikes to the extremes. So when you see, and this is just me on the R7, which is going to be in the next video, but when you see motorcycle riders leaning off and dragging their knee, particularly in MotoGP and stuff, that means that not only are they pushing their physical bodies to the limit, but they are also pushing the bikes to the limit because the bikes are so low. I am not near the skill to need my bike to be that low because I have not pushed myself to the limit. I have not even dragged me yet. So it was just very humbling. As you can see, these are my tires. You can see the rubber burned off. This is the front of my tire, and it was just a grateful experience, or a great experience. I got to learn. Look at the back, it's all the way to the edge for the most part. I did scrape peg, which is when I learned that I could get off my bike even more. I literally pushing it up as I leaned farther and deeper into the turn. So it was really just an amazing experience. I learned so much and I felt quite prepared for it. And I do think if you are a rider who has worked a lot on your skill and are comfortable with your skill level and are humble, go to the track. Need to be humble, go to the track, learn, listen. I wouldn't suggest this for a brand new rider. I disagree with people who would suggest this. It would have been terrifying if I was a brand new rider, and the people out there who maybe rode like 600 miles and they had all the nice bikes and all the nice gear, but you could tell they didn't ride that much, they looked terrified. And that included some of the people we were about to lap on the video where we were going slow because we couldn't pass them. So work on your technique, start in the neighborhood, practice that. Start in the parking lot, practice that. Then just keep building your skill, work on smooth gear shifting, work on smooth braking, and I'll have videos on that in the future, because if you work on the details and the fundamentals, and in a basketball term, if you lab it or what have you, then you can really not only grasp a lot of motorcycle material and get better at that, but it helps you get better at different things in life, and then it just translates across all categories. With that said, I will see you guys in the part 2 video. Peace.